If you've ever worked in SharePoint, you've definitely seen that little Alert Me button. For years, it's been the quiet workhorse of team collaboration. Well, that's all about to change. Microsoft is officially retiring it, and today, we're going to break down exactly what that means for you and what you need to do next.
Yup, that's the one. That simple little button that shoots you an email when a file gets updated or a new item is added to a list. If that sounds at all familiar, then you're gonna want to stick around because things are about to get interesting. And hey, this is not a drill. Microsoft is officially phasing this feature out, and it's going to be completely removed from SharePoint Online before you know it. This isn't a maybe situation, it's a definite change that is absolutely going to impact how a lot of teams get their work done.
Okay, so before we jump into the replacements, let's take a quick step back. What exactly are we losing here? And why was this seemingly simple feature so important for so many of us? For years, this was the go-to no-code solution. It let any user, and I mean any user, no tech skills needed, get a simple email or text whenever something they cared about changed. It was direct, it was effective, and it required zero development. Just click and go.
And because it was so simple, these alerts became the invisible engine behind a ton of business processes. You had legal and finance teams using them to track document versions, project managers relying on them for task updates. It was all about making sure reviews and approvals happen on time without any drama.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The timeline for this change, well, it creates a real sense of urgency, especially for anyone who hasn't started thinking about what comes next.
Okay, you're going to want to circle these dates on your calendar. Starting in October 2025, your existing alerts are going to start expiring. Then, fast forward to January 2026, and poof, you can't create any new classic alerts at all. And the final curtain call, when the whole feature is just gone, is July 2026. The clock is for sure ticking.
So let's be super clear here. Doing nothing is not an option. If you don't have a replacement plan, teams are going to start missing critical updates. Approvals will grind to a halt. You'll see version conflicts pop up, and entire workflows will just break. And you know who gets the panicked phone call when that happens? It's going to be a much bigger headache for IT down the road. Okay, now for a really important clarification. If your organization is running SharePoint on premises, on your own servers, you can breathe a little easier. This retirement only affects the cloud-based SharePoint Online. So the old way is on its way out. But the good news is Microsoft isn't just leaving us high and dry. Let's dig into the new options you have, which include a couple of built-in tools and even a specialized third-party solution. Your first two options are built right into Microsoft 365. On one side, you've got SharePoint rules. These are incredibly simple to set up for basic email notifications on a single list. On the other side, you have Power Automate, which is way more powerful, letting you build complex, flexible workflows that can talk to other apps like Microsoft Teams. And this table really lays it all out, doesn't it? You can see the trade-offs right away. SharePoint rules, you're set up in minutes, but you're stuck with basic email. Power Automate gives you all the customization in the world, but that comes with a real learning curve. We're talking hours, maybe even days for complex stuff. And then you see that third option, which kind of tries to find that sweet spot right in the middle. Right, so what if you need more advanced features, but you don't want to get bogged down building everything from scratch? Well, this is where a dedicated app comes into the picture, one that's designed to fill that exact gap. This app from Virdo Software is all about giving you those enterprise-grade features right out of the box. I'm talking about things like scheduled reminders, escalation paths for tasks that are overdue, and custom-branded emails. It even has a central dashboard for admins to manage everything, all stuff that would take a ton of work to build yourself in Power Automate. Okay, so we've got three pretty distinct options. How in the world do you choose the right one for your team? Let's break it down with a simple little decision guide. All right, let's start with the most basic, most common scenario out there. You just need a quick email when something in one particular list changes. If that's you, the answer is a no-brainer. Keep it simple. Use the built-in SharePoint rules feature. You can set it up in literally minutes, and it gets the job done without any fuss. Easy peasy. But what if things are a little more complicated? Maybe you need to notify a Teams channel, or you need to add some if this then that logic, or connect actions across different sites. In that case, you're going to want to roll up your sleeves and dive into Power Automate.
It is built for exactly this kind of flexibility and integration, letting you design a workflow that perfectly matches your business process.
And for our last scenario, what if you need those advanced enterprise-level features, like scheduled reminders or a central admin dashboard, but you really want to just configure them through a nice interface instead of coding or building them from scratch? That's exactly where a dedicated solution like the Verto app comes into play. It's designed to give you all that power right out of the box, saving you the time and headache of building and maintaining a bunch of custom flows.
Okay, this all leads us to the most critical part of our chat today. What should you and your organization actually be doing, like right now, to get ready for this change and make sure everything goes smoothly?
Here is a super simple 3-step action plan to get you going. First, assess. You've got to figure out where your team is using these alerts and which ones are absolutely critical. Second, test. Run some small pilots. Try out both SharePoint rules and Power Automate to see how they feel. And finally, step 3, decide. Choose the right replacement for each situation and start building out your migration plan.
Look, the big takeaway here is you have to act now. July 2026 might sound like it's a long way off, but trust me, migrating business processes takes time. It'll be here before you know it. So that leaves you with one final crucial question to think about. Are you ready?